I was eating burger.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Fountain of Dreams podcast, your rest area of choice. I'm Savi, one of the three wonderful guests, joined, as always, by DExus
Hello, everyone, it's me, DExus.
and Sonico.
Hi. How we doing?
So, we wanted to just, be a little bit more laid back, considering that the last episode had been frantic. We've shared our hot takes. We placed Squeak Squad very low on the tier list, not big surprise. And, so today we wanted to return to our usual shenanigans. And today we're joined, as always, by a host. So today I am proud to announce that we're joined by Klaire Fluffle. Hello, Klaire. How are you doing today?
A Fire Emblem game about King David would be awesome.
So
it would go so hard.
Who is David? Okay, this is question of the episode. Who is David?
Who is David?
Let us know in the comments below.
What's your favorite David?
okay, audio listeners,
David in...
context. For context, Claire does not want to tell us who David is.
Who's...
David is just a new member.
I mean,
of
I don't
the
know who
Fire
your
Emblem
David
crew.
is either, so...
Who's David?
It's the man I've been cheating with.
It's Savi.
It's not
It's Savi.
But
Savi's David.
before we get into this madness, we have to smoke crack at least 5 minutes onto the episode. This is already the introduction. So Klaire, why don't you describe a little bit of your channel, your stuff, and you as a person? I feel like I've already said this in the Savi Show episode of Klaire Fluffle, but whatever. Say that again.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a new podcast, so sure, I'll actually plug this time instead of saying whatever I said. I usually don't plug, but I'll do it just for you guys. Hello, I am Klaire Fluffle, not to be mistaken with King David. I upload Kirby and Fire Emblem videos to my YouTube channel. You can find me on YouTube at Klaire Fluffle. I also stream on Twitch at Klaire_Fluffle because I like to mix things up. I'm crazy. You can find me on Twitter at Klaire Fluffle, or Klaire_Fluffle if I gotta be technical. But I kind of do whatever on Twitter, but as far as Twitch goes, I mostly stick to Kirby Fire Emblem, but I've been trying to do other things as well. The YouTube channel is basically just Kirby Fire Emblem Dumping Grounds. But Twitch, I try to stream a bunch of things. Twitter, I just kind of post whatever comes to my mind. And I guess what sets me apart is that I am a VTuber. I have a VTuber thing set up. I got the puppy ears, the puppy tail, and... everybody tells me that it fits, so we're gonna go with it. We're gonna keep rolling with it. And if you like me in this episode, then you should go to YouTube and hit the subscribe button for Sonico TV.
Yes, wait.
Sonico TV?
It's BT.
What?
It's actually BT. It's not TV.
Is that like the
Are you
VTuber
Sonico
model?
TV? Yeah. Oh
No,
no,
I'm
you're
not-
Sonico VT.
Yeah, it's
Because
BT.
you're not an anime girl, so I
No,
forget it's
because I
BT.
am actually very special.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
For
I
context, there is
can.
also an anime girl called Sonico, and that's just actually Sonico from a few years in the future.
Yes.
Foreshadowing. But
If you are an anime girl a few years into the future, then poorly aged things. That's
I know,
totally
right?
right?
It's like that meme from the future. I'm you from the future. You're just a girl.
wow, so proud of your transition, sis. But getting into a little bit of the more Kirby stuff. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, we've talked about Kirby games, our favorite, our least
Let's
favorite.
talk about Kirby
So-
games. That's all there is to talk about Kirby.
Oh no!
The
what?
light novels, the anime, the
The
Kirby
Kirby?
Slide.
Well, Kirby Slide is actually a game, so I don't know what's your point there.
Kirby Slide is not a
issue.
game. It's an experience.
That's not a game at all. That's like fucking.
That's like fucking Shakespeare. Claire, what do you think? What do you
Imagine Jack
think of
Black
Kirby Slide?
Singing the Kirby Slide theme.
Claire, I don't know what to ask in this moment. What do you think of Kirby Slide?
I don't get it.
You don't get
okay,
it.
get out.
You
Get
don't
out,
see.
get out.
You don't see the vision.
I don't get it. I don't
What
get
are you
it.
doing?
I think if we're gonna meme on a Kirby game to clown it, it should be Toy Box, not Slide.
Toy Box is
Toy Box
peak.
is like,
no,
wow,
Toy
I
Box
have a
is,
personality.
is better.
I guess that's true. If it's better. I guess that's a fair point.
Toy Box is better.
I don't like Toy Box very much, but it is better.
Now, if we
Memes
actually
aside,
like,
I would actually ask Claire what your favorite Kirby game is, because that's a very vital, important thing that we ask every single guest here, except when we don't, because sometimes we forget. That's normal. But it's important to, you know, judge a person based on their favorite Kirby game. Like, people look at me weird when I mention 64 or Kirby's Dream Land 3, so I'm curious. How will people look at you when you mention your Kirby?
I am people.
When you mention your favorite Kirby game?
Well, I don't know how. Well, I mean, I do know how people look at me because I am people. I talk about it a lot, but I don't play it as much as I realistically should. So if you don't know, I guess that makes sense. But it's Superstar Ultra.
wow,
Based.
Nice.
so true. It is a good game.
Yeah. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I know your favorite Kirby game. It's Return to Dreamland, because that's the one you've played a million times." And I'm like, "Yes, that's true, but it's actually Superstar Ultra."
Well, Return to
So,
Dreamland,
since you mentioned Kirby's Return to Dreamland, I'm actually curious. And we can start a little bit of a conversation here that could turn into an argument. What do you say it like that? But could turn into an argument. Since you're two people here, maybe all of us are Kirby Return to Dreamland connoisseurs, and you play the game a lot. We've experienced the Kirby copy abilities so many times.
DExus.
What do you feel about the remake?
Well, who wants
It's
to start?
good. You guys are mean. Well, you guys are not mean. Claire is mean.
Keyboard Chase, 10 out of 10, better than the original.
So true.
Well,
Mm.
I mean, I definitely prefer the original still, but
Ooh.
I
Why
mean,
so?
I don't know. I never disliked Return Deluxe. It was just one specific thing that bothered me, and it was just like the easiest thing to talk about. And then the game came out.
At
Well,
least.
specifically, the demo came out. I had a lot of fun with the demo. And then it was like, oh, hey, the demo's over. Now you can check out the other part of the game that we have in the demo. And then it went from like, oh, it's fun to...
Oh yeah, Mary Magoland. Yeah, like I feel the same, but like we also have in the room Mary Magoland's #1 defender here, Savi. I don't know why you see about Mary Magoland.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
fun.
Mary Magoland
it's
is not fun. It's like fucking Shakes. No, we will not make this joke again. But
That's
All
not
right.
a game at all.
Magoland's #1 defender, Savi, defend it. All right, well, it's not fun.
it's an
it is fun. It
experience.
is fun. It's better than the entirety of the Last of Us series. Bam, cancel me on Twitter. I don't care. Does the Last of Us have pick from Dreamland 3? Thought so. It doesn't have it. It's fun. It's rewarding. And jokes aside.
That's not a part of Mary Magoland. That's a part
Yes,
of,
yeah.
That's a thing you earned there. That's not a game.
Shush.
Just imagine
It's an
Savi
experience.
wearing a mask and just having the time of their life.
Okay. You know, it's Mary Magoland is just simple and clean. It's so fun
No
to play.
Kingdom
It's so
Hearts? Okay, go
It
on.
doesn't have Goofy yet.
Sonico mentions Kingdom Hearts, and we all just like zone out immediately.
We're like, oh,
Well, I mean, that's the
cringe.
way it should be.
No.
Yep.
But I think it's fun. I think that simplicity, like the few, there are pretty good games apart from Smash Ride because the Squeak Squad hate continues.
Shut
But
up,
they're all
Smash
pretty
Ride
fun
is
games.
kinda fun.
Smash Ride rules.
Yeah.
It's
I liked it before. it
it's
was a
better
Kirby.
than the Squid Squad version, I would say.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
True.
Because
You
Squeak
have to use
Squad,
touch.
the touch controls are terrible.
Okay, but why did
Controls are the way to go.
why
Touch
didn't
controls
they
in Smash
do
Ride are fine.
in Smash Ride?
Yeah, I mean, buttons work great too. I'm not saying that buttons are bad. The buttons work totally good, but touch controls are great too.
Yeah, they should have had an option.
It's not as much of a natural fit as the Superstar Ultra mini games. I know, me going on.
Wow, the
But
Super
it's
Ultra
still,
Defender like
it
Superstar
still works
Ultra.
really well. The mini games in Superstar Ultra rule. I wish we could have just gotten
If
all
they
three.
just included, how's that called? Snack tracks. If we had snack tracks in Return to Dreamland Deluxe, 10 out of 10 game of the year.
Yeah, but they couldn't do it because of the touchscreen, which is sad.
I mean, there's ways that I think you can make it work with the button, but I understand why they went.
I
Kirby
mean,
on
you
the draw.
could, but it would like
That one's much easier to pick up and understand.
Yeah.
Should have added the pinball minigame from Kirby Mass Attack. That's all I'm saying.
Pinball? Did
Mass
somebody say
Attack
pinball?
was
Kirby
10
Pinball Land?
I wasn't advertised as this brand new mode that.
Rude.
True.
Never mind.
No, go on.
But we are.
I think Kirby has had a rough transition too.
Kiryu had a rough transition into pinball.
Sonico VT opened up his Forgotten Land review.
I know, right?
Man, Klaire's like #1 Sonico fan.
I know, right?
You know what it is? Literally,
So
you know what it
true.
is? Sonico's in my Twitch chat like all the time.
Yeah, I'm
literally
Claire's
what it boils
#1
down
fan. Strongest
Well,
soldier.
Sonico's in my chat a lot. Let me, you
Yeah.
know, I mean, I watched the Forgotten Land video regardless, so I was like, oh, let me,
So true.
you know, follow up. And
As everyone should.
And then I was tiering, God, any of the consoles that I've made tier lists for so far. And Sonico was like, wow, I can't believe that you think the game you ranked at number 12 is at number 9.
Okay, but
Unbelievable.
why was Twilight Princess so low?
Because it's like, it's fine.
Also,
Speaking-
you put that Triple Deluxe below like a ton of games.
Yeah, because, I mean, Triple Deluxe is very good. I like Triple Deluxe a lot. Well, actually, okay. Before we get too sidetracked, I'll have a vid by the time. I'm not saying that you guys are slow. I'm just saying that this video will be up by the end of the week. So it'll
Just
be
say
up
we're
by the
slow.
time you know, this goes out. So it's not spoilers or anything. I'm working on the video now, but and again, Sonico knows this. I don't know about DExusS or Savi, but I don't know. I guess just because it was such a funny sounding category. But I've been routing the Merry Magoland 100 mission speedrun recently, cause like why not? And I mean, I still have none of my problems about Merry Magoland went away, but I mean that's part of the like the magic and wonder of speedrunning is that it can take something that isn't good, and if the speedrun is good, it can just kind of like morph your thoughts around it. And I really like that category. Straight up, if we're talking about like the actual release date of the games, that's probably my favorite speedrun category since jeez, Meta Nightmare Returns and Robobot. It's probably the last one chronologically speaking that is like that much fun. And I mean, I like that category
Jesus,
more,
that's
but that's
2016.
that's not against Merry Magoland. That's just Meta Nightmares.
Isn't that crazy? Robot came out in 2016.
2016, yep.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people really like Guest Star Allies in Star Allies. It's a fun category. There's just too much moments when you have to just stand there and wail on enemies for a little while, or wait for like auto scrollers.
Oh
and
yeah.
stuff. A little too many of those for my liking. It is a fun category.
Especially with
but
the
I would
Mage
take Merry
Sisters.
Magoland in an
With
instant.
the Mage Shifter, you just go to the middle of the screen, then hold B, and
Yeah.
let Francisca kill everything.
Yep. Let Francisca kill everything, and then switch back to Zan, so you can go pew pew pew.
So true. Pew pew pew.
Or Zan.
Speaking of these Kirby side modes, I actually want to ask you fellas. I think pretty important. I think they're sweet. I think that they add on to the game. But I know someone here, ahem, Mr. Sonico, VT on YouTube.com. doesn't. I know that Sonico
Full
VT
government name.
doesn't really like these modes that I'm about to talk about, which are just as we
it's
mentioned
not that I
before,
don't
the
like them.
extra games.
It's not that
So
I
like
don't.
Meta Nightmare Returns or all of that stuff. DDD Tour.
Well, I'm not crazy about Data Detour either.
Yeah, and what I think over the years I just come to understand, and like as I've seen more people play the games, how like kinda relevant they can feel to like an outsider for us, like, oh, we get to play the game again, but with Meta Knight, wow, that's so cool. But like playing like and the ending and all the different bosses and all stuff in the true arena, but like for a lot of people they just don't beat the extra modes. Once they beat the like story mode, it's like it's over, you know. But like with Forgotten Land,
Say it's Jover.
I definitely heard Jover.
yeah, it's
Joe
I do
Warida.
say Jover. But like after like Star
Twitter has
Allies,
ruined your vocabulary.
I know, right? I say for real so much.
True, can confirm.
So true, for real. But yeah, like with Star Allies, like in Heroes Another Dimension, they actually made post game and they haven't stopped because Forgotten Land got Forgo Dreams, then we got Mauler Epilogue, and people love those modes, and I love those modes. So I'm like, do we still need like second campaigns? Like I know a lot of people were like, oh, why there's no like extra mode with Bandana D in Forgotten Land? I'm like, does the game really need it?
No, it's just fun. Able to play as Bandana Waddle or other characters.
It is.
Yeah, I think like my only gripe with the last mode in this fashion, aka Meta Nightmare Returns, was the final boss, because like we had it was so perfect. Almost they showed Dark Matter Swordsman, a clone, and I'm like, holy guacamole! The Dark Matter Swordsman fight, the original one, absolutely sucks balls, and in Planet Robot they made it so much better. They like, I'm not even kidding. They fuse the two phases to make it so much fun. But then the second fight is Sectonia, and I'm like, ah, wow. Of all the bosses,
Sectonia, but again, but it has
I'm
one
gonna
new
cut
attack.
you off there, Bucko. I'm gonna say in Triple Deluxe, and I'm gonna start talking positive about Triple Deluxe. Don't faint on me. What was admittedly cool about Day-to-Day Tour was that there was a big focus on Amazing Mirror, which is the one game that he had never appeared in. So when you look at Meta Nightmare Returns as a complementary piece, what were the two games that Meta Knight wasn't really in? Dreamland 2, which had Dark Matter, and Triple Deluxe, which had Sectonia.
I never thought about that,
Same.
like at all.
Actually, like, I don't know. I still like think would prefer if Triple Deluxe had Meta Knight and Planet Road had DDD. You know, because
Nah.
because Meta Knight getting like revenge on the like mirror dimension because he got his ass whooped. Will like show more progression, and like DDD.
But I mean,
he
we
did.
wouldn't have
went
gotten-
straight to the mirror world to protect it and got his ass kicked immediately.
Yes, literally frame 1.
Frame 1.
And like
Yeah,
DDD
that's something with
actually protecting the kingdom. You know, being a king and all.
we wouldn't have gotten the halberd robot suit thingy, so yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
It would have been
No
the
cool
DD
finale.
mech from Kirby Battle Royale.
Why I thought you
Royale.
were going
I
to
love
mention
that
like
game.
the
I love that game.
But next is
Everyone loves
Battle
Kirby
Royale.
Battle Royale.
No
I
one
wish!
loves
Battle
No
Royale
one
game
likes that
Battle
game. Are you
Royale.
kidding me?
Everyone loves it.
No one.
I guess everyone who's played it's like me and like
5 people.
the 4 other people who played it.
I literally
I combined-
pirated it. I was like, I'm not buying this.
A combined
Fire
total
on
I mean, that's fair.
of 5 sold copies.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it sometimes.
I will not stand for the slander. It's the one Kirby game. Bandana
It is the
Waddle
one
is
Kirby
like
game,
a
you're right.
main focus.
But Dexus, why
Is
come
he
have like why do you
though?
have like so
Well, true,
terrible
he
taste
isn't,
in
but
Kirby games?
Let me be delusional.
Maybe the Lush.
No, because like
I
every
like
time you
Apple
mention a
Scramble.
Kirby game,
Bandana
You're
these.
like, oh, wow.
I joined the Battle Royale Discord server, and
there is a Battle Royale Discord server.
Um,
people still play.
World's
People
first
still play
Discord
online.
server to have 0 users.
Oh my god. But no, people still play online on it, so I joined, and
Ooh.
you know, we played, and they were like, "Oh, you're probably gonna pick Parasol, but we just want to let you know it's not very good." And I'm like, "I think Parasol's
And
fine."
then
And
she
we played a
left the
bunch of
server.
games, and I won a good chunk of them, and they were like, "Oh, Parasol's actually not that bad." And I'm like, "Yeah."
Just killing
Take
me
that,
from the
Kirby
people
Battle
playing.
Royale meta.
The Parasol Strats is evolving. I mean, same with
Here's my thing. We should have gotten Kirby Battle Royale 2 in Kirby and the Forgotten Land. It would have been like a little mode online,
on the Coliseum.
just a little.
Oh, well, you're asking, you know, these poor HAL laboratories, you know, putting online in their games, it's so hard.
It's really
You
hard.
shouldn't-
You wouldn't get it.
Yeah,
like a
these
small
poor-
indie
these poor-
studio.
They're working their hardest. You shouldn't.
Yeah,
shouldn't-
HAL is a
They
s-
put
small
online
indie
games, they'll
studio.
kill it on.
I mean, I do say this as you know, I mean, I got nothing against, you know, the devs or the people. You know, obviously, I'm kidding, but if you like, obviously, the people who make the games, the people directing them, they're fine. It's you know, the people above them that are, you know, forcing deadlines and stuff. That's the ones that are like, okay, well, you know.
Eh. Is it though? I mean, they did do like 3 games in 1 year.
Yeah.
they developed the game in exactly 1 year.
I mean, they
If
did,
lasted
didn't
1
they?
year,
Like
would've got, like,
364th day.
Didn't they do that?
They went
They
from
were
going
rushed.
30 years to not having a 3D game to being like, oh yeah, we spent like a year on this one. Go on, here it is.
No, no, because there was like a GDC conference with Kumasaki, which is really cool. You guys should see it. And like,
Watched it, like,
Unforgotten Land, Return to the Deluxe were made at the same time. I have no idea how they managed to make Dream Buffet in the middle, but they did.
Well, I mean, I know after like Star Allies came out, I know HAL moved closer to Nintendo EAD and they got a good 30 or so additional employees.
Really?
I was about to say, yeah, there were.
Yeah, no, HAL's gotten big.
It's not a small indie
They
studio.
moved out of their it's kind of sad to know that they moved out of the office that they keep showing in the Stone transformations.
Yeah.
The one with
Yeah,
QB?
No, I agree. I mean, it's good that they have more room, but at the same
Oh,
time...
there it is. We got QB is dead and the studio is dead, so they put it together.
Yeah. I mean, look, Return to Dreamland Deluxe came out in February, right? It's been 3 months already. Where's the next game?
Yeah, I know, right?
True. So true.
Where's the next 7
We're
games?
gonna get a Kirby game this year. I mean, like
No.
a Kirby.
Yeah, like not a remake, yeah.
I think HAL is going to publish Revenge of the Gator 2, you know?
It's the Gator 2.
How long ago did that come out? Like
19, I don't know, before Pinball Land, that's for sure.
Speaking of Pinball Land, what do y'all think of Pinball Land? I don't know why, I just really want to talk about Pinball Land today.
No,
It's not the worst Kirby game. Absolutely not.
I want to apologize to the Kirby Blockable fan base for mistaking the music.
yeah.
Pinball Land.
No, Pinball Land has like no original music. That's like 2 tracks.
Blockball music is good.
No. It has
It
one
has the
original
penis
track.
music.
It has a penis song. Sonico played a penis song, which is the title screen. And it also has, fun fact, did you know? The Green Greens version that plays in Kirby Pinball Land.
Panic is called Super Mario Brothers 2.
The version that plays in Kirby Pinball Land of Green Greens is just slightly off key. In comparison to the original one, like not even off key. It's like that. It's just slightly different. If you hear it, it's just like a slight difference, but it just makes it worse.
Isn't
So you
that?
could say that it's an original track.
Yeah, but the day-to-day theme in Pinball Land rules.
Ooh.
Is it?
That sounded like.
It,
The penis song is
it's
better,
in Dream
though.
Buffet. Specifically, the Pinball Land remix is in Dream Buffet. If that
Huh.
rings
The song
any
goes
bells.
do 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 do.
Oh,
yeah,
that's just
that one.
That's the regular boss music. It's just really good. But,
Oh, no, it's stuck.
Oh. But yeah, like again, going back to the if we're getting a new game this year, and like
That was, yeah.
no, I do not think we're getting a game. It's probably getting announced. It's crazy, right? Like we had like a full year of new releases. Like every time we had a game in mind, like it came out and the next game got announced for like a year straight. So no, I don't know. It's weird. It really calm, even though it's like only been like what 2 months.
I think we'll get an announcement this year. I just don't think we're gonna. If we get anything this year, it's gonna be something smaller scope. But I think we'll get an announcement of something just because of how big Kirby's gotten.
Yeah.
I think
Kirby Canvas
it's
free,
finally
baby.
time. I think it's finally time for DDD's
No.
Drum Dash 2 to be a
knew
thing.
it. I knew.
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
I want to love that first game, but you're done with it in like 20 minutes. I mean, they're not that short, but really short, and there's like no replay value. So if we could just get Drum Dash with more, I would freak. That's what I said about
Project.
Kirby Fighters. We got Kirby Fighters 2, and I love that. So I already know that my hypothesis has been tested.
Project Diva
Just
DDD
classic.
Drum Dash.
Me wants like a $25 eShop game. Just a bunch of Kirby Kirby music already existing. Like they don't have to compose new stuff. Just grab that, a bunch of that.
Project Sakai, Kirby version.
Dream Buffet, and then just
Also DDD Drum
make
Dash.
stages. And maybe add like I don't know like how many remixes do they make for like new games usually like 12, 10? What is it?
I don't know. If you're asking Satellites, probably half the soundtrack is a remix.
I'm talking about spin-off time. You just make up a
ton,
couple of
actually.
new ones.
No, Fighters
Throw in
Fighters
a
2 has
lot of old music and just
90% of
full-ass
Fighters.
rhythm game with King Dedede's drum dash. That's all I want.
It could be,
And throw
yeah.
in more masks. Fuck it.
And make
Use the one. I know Savi
hell
would love
freaking
that.
yeah.
and
Hell yes, please.
The
Ripple King mask.
I love masks.
Yeah. I wake up every morning and I'm like, oh, I want to kill myself, and then I think, masks. Bam! It all comes back to life.
the cure to depression. Mask.
But Claire, I'm curious. What would
That's
be
just mask
your
ability.
Kirby dream game? Like, you know, the DExus series Kirby.
Yeah, the
Well,
one with like 2 episodes.
here is I got a very easy pitch for my dream Kirby game. You ready?
Yes.
Re-release Superstar Ultra.
That would go hard.
Well, okay,
How
are
has it
are we-
been 15 years and we still don't have Superstar Ultra re-release?
Because Hal doesn't
what would
know
you
what
call
an
it?
emulator is.
Kirby Superstar Ultra Deluxe?
Fine, I don't. Well, I mean,
Well, actually,
So, like,
the
Return
Japanese version is
Deluxe.
called Kirby Deluxe.
Return Deluxe. I can just,
Oshinokami
like, after
Super
a while,
Deluxe.
I can just acknowledge, like, okay, fine, I just played the original too much. But if Ultra Deluxe does happen, that would just be, I don't know. I just don't know if I would be able to, you know, accept the changes.
I think we're
But if
more.
you just
Death
re-release
Mune.
it,
No.
like every
No,
other
the-
Kirby
the
game
physics
that
are slightly-
isn't heckin' Air Ride has happened. I don't know how we don't have Air Ride re-released yet either. That's bizarre to me. But
Claire, it's just gonna be like a Death Mune emulator thrown into a Nintendo Switch with a
God.
Kirby
You
Superstar
you
Ultra
could
in
have
it.
said Melon DS, but no, you specifically said that one.
Yes.
And then it's like, it's just a ROM hack that had 2 masks. And that's like a Superstar Ultra DS
You
Deluxe.
get to play as Waddle Dee.
Always masks.
Okay, Waddle Dee would go hard.
You get to play as Arena Waddle Dee. That's it.
So true.
That's literally
Arena
just
Waddle Dee?
Kirby's
That's
Dreamland
perfect.
hard mode.
I was about to ask Claire. So what I'm understanding is you just want like them to pull something out like how Nintendo did for the Mario anniversary on the Wii, where they just put a ROM, sold unsold it, and that's it. You don't want like a remake or something.
Maybe if it wasn't such a long time since the original game came out. If you have, and I mean, I know you can play the physical copy of Superstar Ultra, but not a lot of people are going to actually be able to buy it. So if you're not actually buying physical DS cartridges, which most people won't, you can play every single Kirby game between the Switch, the 3DS, and the Wii U. Those 3 consoles, you can play every single one except for Air Ride and Superstar Ultra. And I guess technically Slide and Toy Box. I don't really count those, but people do, so go nuts if you count those. But for real games, Superstar Ultra and Air Ride are the only
Jesus.
2 that you can't play. And it's
Real
like,
games.
Real game's like, no, Pinball with Rick the hamster?
What
That
about
is
the
not a
rest
game.
of the spin-offs? Like we have other spin-offs.
all the spin-offs. Yeah, except for Air Ride. All the spin-offs we have on either 3DS, Wii, or Switch.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But like, I mentioned this in my own like Return Deluxe video, but like, how themselves haven't re-released a single game. They have only done remakes. And if you say like Dream Collection, well, Dream Collection is actually using Virtual Console, and the Game Boy emulator is actually like a beta version of the 3DS Game Boy emulator. So actually, HAL has
'cause
never,
HAL did work on
HAL never has re-released any game like the game. Always been Nintendo.
And even if you're being like, you know, pedantic about it, and you're like, oh, it's still like basically a remake, I'm a loser, like whatever. Dream Collection still has the art book, the soundtrack CD, the challenge stages, the museum that has Barack Obama in it. There's like so much more to it than just the
Yeah.
re-releases.
Yeah, but like at the same time, that's like a double-edged sword, because I do not think HAL is the type of company that just re-releases Super Ultra again. They would need like a special edition or special
yeah, well, I mean,
feature.
that's fine, but
remake
like, I'd be fine with, Virtual Console's not an option anymore, but I wouldn't be fine with DS Online because that have
Yeah.
its own slew of issues, but it would be something. Just anything. I'm
It has
I'm
rollback.
trying not to be picky here. I just want more people to be able to play Superstar Ultra. Like when Return Deluxe came out and everybody was like, oh, this is the game that started it all. It's like, well, actually, it's Canvas Curse, not Superstar Ultra. But I mean, if you really, you know, we're just talking about like the gameplay. Like, it's
Well,
not
actually, it was
Superstar Ultra.
right because Komasaki worked on I think.
It was actually
Art?
right.
Yeah, it was.
Actually,
Yeah, like,
it was,
Kumasaki was the
Kirby's
janitor.
Dreamland because Kumazaki knows about Dreamland, and that's the first Kirby game. So,
It was Adventure because it's his favorite game.
Okay, but
Oh, that's a good
but-
pick, though. That's a
Curl
good pick,
is gonna
though.
curl, and we're gonna get like a cloud port.
Cloud
Oh.
port.
Oh man, you go to press a button, there's like a 12 frame input delay. Absolutely.
For a DS game.
For a DS.
The
yeah.
Superstar fans are gonna love that delay.
Oh,
So true.
Speaking of like
But-
ports, and also
Yes.
kind of touched on Airride, how it's weird that we haven't gotten like a re-release or even a sequel. I have a bone to pick with Kirby Dream Buffet because it kind of just pushed back the possibility of another Kirby racing game for a while, and they just stole the name of like another and just the thumbnail, the announcement thumbnail.
The
It stole
collection
it
of-
for the possibility of a Kirby collection with Kirby
Exactly.
Superstar Ultra in it.
Would go so hard.
We could have it all. We could have had a collection of the GBA and DS games, but then House
I
said,
think-
"Oh, so
But-
I wish they
retro."
would have gotten another Dream Collection that was more focused on that. I mean, I have no... The original Dream Collection rules, love that thing, but I do kind of think that it's just a little, you know, I know it's like, oh, Kirby's history, but then, A, it only has the Sakurai games and the Dark Matter trilogy, no DS, no GBA. But more so, I can at least understand you're like, okay, for retro at the time, what was counted as retro, you know, that's what we're looking at. Okay, like, that's fair, you know, that's what you want to look at, fine, whatever, but you're telling me that at the time, like, at least half of Kirby games were spin-offs, and you're not going to include a single spin-off? Like, we clown on Pinball Land and stuff, but I mean, that was the first Kirby spin-off. There's Block Ball, there's Star Stacker, there's plenty of options that you could go with. And they just stuck with, like, the traditional Kirby and I get it. And I mean, I think all of those games are good to some degree. I mean, I'm not crazy about Dreamland 2, but I still think they're all... There's value to all of them, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But I just don't understand why there wasn't a single spin-off when... I mean, at least back then, you know, the spin-offs were kind of more prevalent in a way.
Yeah.
There's like a
People said
one
that
easy
Kirby was
solution. One easy
I remember
solution
when
to
Return to
fix this
Dreamland
problem.
came out. I don't know how into the fandom you all were when Return to Dreamland first came out, but the two games before it were Epic Yarn and Mass Attack, and Epic Yarn blew up. That's, I think, the highest rated Kirby game still. And, I mean, you know, Mass Attack 5 people played. But when it came out, the reviews and, you know, I don't want to say the hype to it because it was a 2011 DS game, but, like, you know, when you saw coverage of it, it was like, oh, there was never, you know, there's not that many games like this. You know, well, it's a unique, inventive idea, blah, blah, blah. And all the hubbub around Return to Dreamland was that it was just Kirby again. Because we were just so used to having experimental Kirby at the time. That when we actually got Return to Dreamland, the hubbub from outside the fandom was, oh, it's just Kirby again. Are we still doing this? What about games like Epic Yarn and Mass Attack that changed things up? Are we just doing Kirby again? And then Triple Deluxe came out and, like, everything changed. But for a little while, Return to Dreamland was kind of like, there were a lot of people that just didn't like it because it kind of undid the quote-unquote progress that the series was making up to that point. I remember being a very young
It's-
puppy and not agreeing with these
I don't
people at
know,
all. I was
like-
very upset.
I remember the other side, like everyone hated Epic Yarn because it was too easy and too different.
No, I've
Yeah, I remember-
heard like
I mean, I
pretty good
remember a lot
things
of people
about
hating
it.
for that too. And I remember in the fandom internally was pretty ugly around that point too because
Yeah.
you know, we wanted a traditional Kirby and then we got Epic Yarn.
Oh yeah, because TCN was like still happening.
Yeah, when they announced it at E3, they were using the Kirby GCN renders. And it's like, oh my god, are we getting Kirby GCN? Oh, it's not. That just, yeah, I mean, that's not the game's fault. It's not Epic Yarn or even like the devs or anything. Whoever put those renders on that screen at E3, they're punks.
They are.
I mean, getting back to that little collection
find
thingy, I
them.
want to add a small little thing, which is they could go anything that Sonico may understand when I'm going with this. They could do a Kirby Gems collection, as if they include like some of the more forgotten Kirby games, so like the GBA and DS, which are not even forgotten, more like stuff that hasn't been re-released, and just to fill that list, they include some Game Boy spin-offs. So like Amazing Mirror, Nightmare in Dreamland, Squeak Squad, Superstar Ultra, and then just Pinball Land.
Yeah, but like again, Monkey's Paw is that Nintendo. Like I don't think like HAL would put more effort in like the presentation and like maybe like quality of stuff thingies, but like they're not going to put online, and Nintendo Switch Online has online, so like it's crazy. Like Return to Dream Deluxe got announced that it wasn't going to have online, and like almost at the same time they announced like Kirby and the Amazing Mirror was going to have online because of Nintendo Switch Online. Too much online.
Yeah. It's still my thing with Return Deluxe is like, how are you not gonna put multiplayer online for the mode that has an online focus, but then you're gonna give us Samurai Kirby 100 anyway? Like, what's the point?
I mean, they wanted some online aspect. I mean, who only knows?
They wanted to put that. They wanted to put in the box has online, and then like very tinily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the minimal amount of effort we can put into the online? I got it. You press.
Those Forgotten Lands box says it had online because it technically has because of Waddle knows. Yeah, watch Waddle.
Yeah.
Those Forgotten
Okay,
Land
all right.
has...
Here's a big important question. This is going to determine like where you stand on the ethical scale. If somebody cheats to get a fast time in one of the time trial, not time trial, but the things that the game tracks the time for, and the Wise Waddle Dee tells you the time even though it's cheated, is the Wise Waddle Dee correct or wrong?
Wise Waddle Dee is correct.
Wise Waddle Dee...
Even if they cheated.
I mean,
it's still a thing. It's still the fastest time. Is it the fastest legal / ethical? No, but it's still the fastest time.
It's still the game. Yeah, Wise Waddle Dee technically is right, but it wouldn't like feel right. I mean, that's a thing with leaderboards in general that just suck. Like if you go on Sonic Mania, I think that I love at the start was the leaderboards. Now it's just 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0.
Well, that's just Sonic. He's faster than light.
True.
That's just canon.
It's canon.
Exactly.
Anyways, I also would have accepted an answer of if the Wise Waddle Dee says that it's true. I also would have accepted that, but good answer.
Yeah. True. Why Waddle Dee? You know, Wise Waddle Dee? That's my guy for real. Magoland ain't Manager Magoland ain't got nothing on Wise Waddle Dee.
I'm more of a weapons shop Waddle Dee kind of guy.
The Wise Waddle Dee tells you, hey, you're going on a journey. I can tell you the experiences of other people that are going on the journey. Magoland and Vtuber's amusement park says, play this with your friends, but you can't play this with most of your friends. Anyways, the thing that you do use to play with your friends that you can't play with, I can use to tell you fun facts.
So true.
What?
He's just like dangling the keychain in front of him.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not gonna let you play with anybody, but I can still go to them to find some facts.
I'm not a Kirby lore master, but I want to ask to y'all that are definitely more Kirby lore masters than me a question.
Me.
When does Merry Magoland take place in the Kirby timeline?
Sure.
You can see it in the background of some levels.
After
but it
Forgotten
doesn't make
Land.
sense.
I mean, my theory is that it is like a time bubble, like that Magoland is after Forgotten Land, but it like went back in time to like the Return to
Yeah, we're
Dreamland.
going back in time.
We're going
The first
back in
Shinya Kumasaki time.
There's also the
To
theory
put
that it's like the other way
minigames.
around, that it takes place during Return to Dreamland, but it's Magoland from the future. It's weird.
Yeah.
I say it takes place before Kirby's Adventure because there are no copy abilities.
True.
Never thought about that.
Wait, no, that's a lie. That's actually a lie because you use a Fighter Kirby in Crackety Hack.
He doesn't have the headband on.
He doesn't? No way.
It's just
Prove
Kirby.
this theory.
My theory.
Do you want me to boot up the game? I can double check. Or wait, I don't even have to boot up the
Crackety
game. I have the speedrun. I can just look at the speedrun.
No, he does. He does have a head.
He does it. He does
Does
have
he?
it.
He does.
Hold on, let me look.
Yeah.
Let me look.
Even in the
the
original.
headband doesn't.
I mean,
that move,
in
it
the
doesn't really
original.
matter anyway. Even okay, actually, if he does have the headband on, that doesn't mean it's fighter, because that move that he does, jumps in the air and smashes on the ground, is not a part of Fighter Kirby's moveset.
Well, that's actually a preview
So
to.
it's just the headband. It's not Fighter Kirby.
No, that's actually a preview for Forgotten Land 2.
No, and
True. But until Forgotten Land 2 comes out, I'm still crying.
Return to the Room that Deluxe, it does have it. You have
Okay,
the
I mean that's
fighter.
fair, but I'm going with my counter argument just because the line of thought of Kirby's Adventure. If it has a copy ability, it's Adventure. Otherwise, it's After. That's the new law for Kirby lore. So what was
Meteors.
So true.
Look that
There's a
down.
drug in
write
Dreamland
it down.
called Crackety Hack.
I mean, there's crack cocaine. Yes.
This drug is so good, it'll feel like you're splitting in half.
It will take you to the other side of the planet.
Yeah, Najukila Waddle-Dee.
Do you think it's like... Do you think that's like a job in Dreamland to get a perfect 999 on Crackety Hack, and then like, so you get the 999, that's your job, but specifically it's for like an amusement park of some kind, because the water zooms up with the Waddle Dees. So do you think like people pay money to like go into the river, and then somebody gets the perfect 999 in Crackety Hack so that they can go on like that, they can go spew and then fall back? Do you think Magoland charges money for Magoland would charge money for that?
Magoland would.
Do you think those Waddle-Dees are Chinese? Because they are on the other side of the
Maybe.
planet.
They're probably European.
Nico, you can't say that.
Japan.
They are. Oh no, yeah, Kirby's in Japan, so maybe they are. I don't
Kirby's
know.
not in Japan. Kirby's in Dreamland. It's in the fucking title.
No, but they have Japanese traditions and festivals and stuff.
Yes. Wait, no. So if
That's like
Going-
going to New York and
going
saying
back-
it's Italy because of Little Italy.
no, going back Return to Dreamland rules. So Kirby's in Dreamland, which is at the top star, and on the bottom is like in between the white
It's
wafers.
not in the top star. Dreamland's in the middle.
Is it?
Technically, Dreamland is a small island. I've been wanting to make like a map of Dreamland for so.
I mean, I'm thinking in my head about it. I'm thinking, is there... I mean, there probably is, and I just can't think of any other examples, but I think every time there's an ice level, it's in the south of the Popstar map. I know it is
Yes.
for Dreamland 3, and I know it is for Return to Dreamland, Return Deluxe.
And then
It's usually inconsistent though, because like maybe there's one place that lines up, and like both sides in different games. One is the lava area, and then in another
or it
game,
just spins because Dreamland is always in the middle. So like even if it spins or the camera spins, you wouldn't like notice.
Yeah, but I'm saying specifically the ice levels. I feel like they're always at least on like the southern hemisphere, you know? But I mean, like I said, I'm just thinking Dreamland 3, Return Deluxe. There could be other examples.
Okay, so
Oh wow, does Planet Robobot not have ice? It has the ice factory, but not an ice world. Okay.
oh yeah,
Star Allies, I think, yes, has an ice level on the Popstar map, and it's in the south.
yes.
Triple Deluxe is the Beanstalk, so it doesn't matter. We talked about Return already.
It doesn't matter.
Superstar Ultra
in
doesn't have a
general.
map. Epic Yarn takes place in Patchland. Mass Attack, I guess takes place
That's
in Popstar.
Bubble-
That's in the
Isles,
south. That's in the south.
Somewhere else.
Mass
Bubble Ball
No, Mass
Land.
Attack is Popstar. Mass Attack is Popstar, and that's in the south.
No, Mass Attack is
oh,
Bubble
geez.
Ball
Squeak Squad.
Island.
Squeaks.
It's in Popstar, but like it's somewhere else.
Ah, Popstar, yeah.
Like the location of Mass Attack doesn't really matter because it's just in an island outside of Dreamland.
Well,
It's actually-
Planet
It's
Popstar.
actually
I mean,
multiple
he's on
islands.
he's visiting an island at the beginning, but I mean, islands aren't big enough to take off all of Popstar. He travels, or they
I
travel.
mean,
True.
doesn't it take place in like an archipelago?
Yeah, the Bubble Ball
No, I'm pretty
Islands.
sure it just
So
takes
that's
place
I
on
don't
Popstar.
know.
It's
It takes place in Popstar, but like in a collection of islands, I believe. I'm not sure.
No, islands in Popstar. I mean, I'm still using Popstar as the frame of reference here,
yeah.
just because
I mean, same with
I'm
Rainbow
trying
Islands.
I'm trying to prove a really dumb point.
But wait, the
No,
Rainbow
it's
Islands
very
did
important. This is
appear.
very important.
Yeah, the Rainbow Islands are literally the same.
Okay, Squeak Squad. There's definitely ice levels in Squeak Squad. Are those on the south?
Aren't those on the ground?
Wait, I'm asking the wrong people. Never mind. I'll look this up.
Wait, it's not in the south. Also, wait. About geography and stuff. Why is there a cave? Why is there a cave inside of Deity's castle? Where does it lead to? Is it a different place? Is it a...
Why not?
No,
bro?
yeah,
Don't
I
you know
actually
that caves
never
have, like,
understood.
dungeons and shit?
For a long time, I thought everything in Pops in like Squid Squad was like underground, like the depths of Hyrule. There's something in them.
Okay. All right. So Squeak Squad, World 6 is Ice Island. World 6 is like the bottom. So that
So,
tracks.
yeah.
Okay. Canvas Curse is inside of a painting. That one wouldn't matter too much. Amazing Mirror is the mirror world. Nightmare is like Adventure. It doesn't have a world map. 64, you travel outside of Popstar. Dreamland 3, it's... Oh, actually, is it because it's World 5. I actually
But
think
it
World
spins.
5
It's
is
always
like closer
spins,
to the
so-
middle, but it's close enough to the south. It's like, I guess that's like... Okay, so it is still... This would still prove the point of like the southern hemisphere, but like the border between north and south is like the limit. That's like the breaking point. Because I don't think there are any other Kirby games that have a world map. So, okay, alright. Unless I'm forgetting about a spin-off. There you go.
Wait,
all ice
is
levels
your
take place in the
point-
southern hemisphere.
Wait, is your point that because it's in the southern like hemisphere is because it's icy?
Well, they can only... I forget what my original point was, if I'm being perfectly honest, but what we have learned here is that if there is an ice level, it has to be... I mean, it could be like north or south. It has to be on a certain half. It could be north or south. It doesn't really matter, I guess, which one. That would... We don't have a compass in Kirby games, unfortunately. But if there is an ice area, it isn't like there... If you look at the map of Popstar, all of the ice areas are either north or south, not and.
So true. Okay, but
Anyways, do
is
you
the
fellas
star-
think that
Anyways.
Highness does crack cocaine?
Anyway, go on.
Yeah, how do we
Okay,
get to
go
this
for it.
again? I completely forgot.
Okay, is the
I'm
star
kidding,
shape like the actual shape of the planet, or is it like a glow? Because in like the final battle of Planet Robot, you can like see Popstar and it looks like the Earth.
But that's
Yeah,
like
but
another
I mean,
planet,
you can see
think.
Popstar in like Forgotten Land, and it looks like Popstar.
I mean, yeah, but like that could be like the glow.
In an edge of the planet. You know how Popstar has
Yeah.
like 5 different points because it's a star, and those points.
It
are rounded.
rotates.
I think we're like in one of those points.
So yeah, they're just moving very slow.
Do you think we should
Maybe?
have a Kirby game where Kirby explores the downside of Planet Popstar?
The
Because
depths.
we always see one side of it.
Oh my god, the dark side of Popstar.
The dark side. The dark side of
Kirby,
Popstar.
a star between worlds.
Let's go to the dark world. Let's go to the dark world. Let's go to the dark world.
Well,
Oh
we're
my
gonna,
God, you
if we're gonna
stuck
make
this
a
song-
game about exploring the dark side of Popstar. We should call it Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
True.
Damn.
No.
Damn.
Sonico,
No,
curse
The
you.
Forgotten Land is shaped like a star, like Popstar. Just saying.
These Pops. I mean, just because it's called Popstar doesn't mean it has to be a star. Because every other planet is also a star.
They're all showed. Every single visual of Planet Popstar is like a star.
No, yeah, but like in Kirby 64, there are other planets that are called stars and are not stars. Like Ripple Star is a heart.
The stars is just a small planet.
But what if stars are shaped like hearts, huh?
Yeah, there is a star-shaped heart.
Yeah, there is. But it's not.
There is a heart-shaped star.
Where?
Come on, Savi, that's where your wife lives.
I know, that's what I'm telling to Sonico. He says, oh, what? The Ripple Star is not a star, it's a heart. And I'm telling him, well,
Since when does Sonico sound like Kermit the Frog?
that's me,
It's
Claire,
now.
that's not Sonico. Oh, wait, fuck, it is
everyone's
Sonico.
In Savi's head, everyone sounds like Kermit.
Like, yeah, okay, look at
Yes.
this. This is my DExus impression. Oh, hi, it's me, DExus from TheDExusShow. I like, people. Oh, and you will not believe how good my Klaire Fluffle impression is.
I'll go for
I'm
it.
gonna be water for this.
Mhm. Oh, absolutely. I'm on the edge of my seat.
It's me, Klaire Fluffle, and I like tea. Subscribe to my channel.
Wow, that was the perfect impression of Klaire Fluffle Frog VTuber.
Yeah,
Klaire
just
Fluffle.
like in a parallel universe.
I said
Frog
Klaire
VTuber.
Fluffle. I was like, hopefully nobody catches this.
That's the Klaire Fluffle from the dark side of Popstar. Instead of a dog, it's a frog.
That's from the mirror world, like Dark Claire.
I wish we get to explore more the mirror world. Like it's such a cool concept,
Also,
but they just don't do anything.
Sonico.
Yeah.
Curse you, because before you literally sung "This is gonna be super silly" and just a stupid side note.
Oh,
but you
the Link's
sung
Awakening song?
the Zelda song.
Yeah.
And for some stupid reason on Twitter, I keep seeing the. I'm not even sure if you all are familiar with this. The fucking Omoriboy song.
No.
Guy.
Oh no.
But it was like a remix.
How did it
It'll
go?
be the. Let me get. Oh, it goes. I'm so sick and tired of this women treating us right. And then it goes like.
He's right, you know.
Let's get down to business and consume.
Consume.
That's
soy.
all.
Then how does it go? Brush the Stacy's off now. Something.
Something.
Because I am a
Don't you
red
know
too.
I'm a red.
Oh my
We are
god.
losing our minds, Claire. Are you familiar with Omoriboy?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm
good.
about
Give me a
as
second.
familiar with that as you three are with King David.
No. We're not
Give
familiar
me a
with King
second. This is
David.
not gonna be the Founder of Dreams
Claire,
podcast. It's
this
gonna be
is
the
very important
Omoriboy.
information.
Omoriboy podcast.
Do you know about
Okay.
the video game Omori?
That I do,
It's
yeah.
this one. Omoriboy the
Claire
sexy.
had a blog post where Omori was like a little bit of an incel. Resurfaced because of the popularity of the game, and then someone just made a parody song.
Just
I don't know why they chose the Mulan song.
Oh, it is. I didn't recognize the origin.
Consume.
the soy.
soy.
It's the Stacy's off now. Omoriboy.
Boy.
All those women never treat me right. Haven't got a clue. Because I am a red little too. And that's it. That's the song, Claire. What do you think?
I think you have a lot of notifications. If I see, I was watching the video, but if I see any more than one notification on my thing, I'm like, I have to read all the there can't be any notifications.
Oh, the other day I did like a massive Twitter post and I haven't stopped getting a notification ever since. I don't want
if
to
I get
turn it
stuff
off.
like that, I have to mute the tweet only because I'll constantly be looking at the.
Yeah.
Like, there is one notification.
I did the show me your best Kirby meme.
Yeah, that one I saw.
Yeah. Actually, what is
Yeah,
your favorite Kirby meme?
Oh, Kirby with a knife.
Yeah, Kirby with a knife.
Classic.
Kirby, that's definitely the best one.
Mine is either the.
Mine probably the.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think those memes with anime DDD like "Escargot, I need some bitches." And a new
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
of mine is that they recovered some Japanese skits from the anime, and it's just DDD dying in silly ways, and one of them is just DDD taking that shit.
Yeah.
And 2 seconds
I
later,
love that.
the toilet just flies away. Another one of my favorites is DDD jumping and doing the Matrix effect. It's so stupid for no reason at all.
Yes.
Wait, are we all gonna share our favorite Kirby?
Yeah. Tell us your favorite Kirby
Yeah.
meme.
Go.
My favorite Kirby meme is Mark's like that one fan render of Mark's with a big ass.
Speaking of marks, though, my runner-up, I mean, Kirby with a knife is my favorite, but the runner-up would be the Nova exploding, all the things ramming into Nova.
Oh yeah.
Do. That was fantastic.
Oh my god! Favorite and like other favorite Kirby meme has to be like one specifically in Japan, where for whatever reason they decided Kawasaki should be a sex icon.
Sex. Yeah, and he just
Huh?
goes sex. Sex.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Kawasaki, though, do you remember? This is also a Japanese one. The person who would put Kawasaki on like the box art covers and just replace Kirby with Kawasaki in the title, and it would be like Kawasaki's Adventure or something.
Oh, and you know
Started
those
doing that with
that
Mario
other
too.
Yeah, really, I didn't know
memes
that.
where they covers mirror with the rating of the game.
Yeah.
It's like a monster sync effect.
Yeah. They cover it with the.
Dude, that's awesome. I love
That actually like I think
Also-
made it to like official media. I saw something about that.
Yeah.
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 Someone drew like with Simiro getting his face blocked by the rating
Simiro, I don't know why I thought it was a Waldo.
because you can't see the
Also,
face.
Voice acting.
Fly like a butterfly.
Oh my
Sting
gosh.
like a bee.
I love that one.
Oh my
You
god.
aren't gonna
voice
stand a
acting.
chance, fellas.
You don't know
Oh,
how
have you-
many people like over-tweeted that with the voice acting like meme.
Oh goodness, I might die soon.
Do you know the
That was
Joe
so
Biden
funny.
the Joe Biden super ability one?
What?
What's up? What the fuck are you watching, man?
I don't know. I sent it in the Shock Cats sent me this one time. I sent it in context
It's
drop.
from Shawcat, of
Oh,
course.
that one. No, my favorite is the Kirby falling. Like any variation. My favorite variation is the one with like screams.
Those are good. Those are
Yeah, and
good.
also the Mexican one is really fun. Mama huevo.
There's a Mexican one.
Yeah.
Oh, the Asuka one from Evangelion. Hey man, do you know Candace? Know my power, and then she just fucking dies.
Yeah,
I
that
do not
one.
know if you know this one. It's
Yeah.
so Kirby memes are so good.
They are. This is
How
true.
about the classic 1, 2, oatmeal?
Kirby the
One, two,
pink
oh,
guy.
what?
Yeah,
Yeah, 1, 2,
Two
oatmeal.
oatmeal.
Kirby
Kirby
is
is
Kirby's
very
very
cute.
I thought you were about to sing that very bad song that has been trending lately. The one that goes like 1, 2, back on my shoe, and I was about to murder
Oh
you.
no.
1,
What?
2, back on my shoes. 3,
Oh,
4,
that-
watch them up.
Ban that guy.
Okay,
no,
I
don't
banned
like
DExus. I did it myself.
Oh, nobody brings this one up anymore, and it's like, oh, goodbye, DExus. Nobody brings this one up anymore, but classic oldie but goodie. This comes right from the game itself. This grass feels funny, Kirby thought.
Oh yeah, it feels like pants.
Pants.
Oh, in the British.
guess-
I'm sorry, DExus,
feels
I banned
like-
you.
Trousers.
It feels like trousers.
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 Did we kill DExus again? DExus,
No,
are you
he's
alive?
back.
Do
Hi,
we need to
DExus.
summon you?
Hi, DExus.
This is the second time you die in our show. Come back.
So true.
Well, I'm glad we have the OBS
Twiggy's
recording,
Woody.
just in case.
Yeah. David! David, you can join.
DExus. Okay.
Okay.
He's
Sorry about
back.
that. I
They're
just-
back.
I
They're
just-
back.
Oh, I just came back and I was fighting a fucking tree.
A
Damn.
tree.
Oh.
Oh, let's say you come across an evil tree. You again?
You again?
But if there are 10 women, the fuck?
There are 10 of you.
10 is better than 1.
Oh, and we're gonna talk about great Kirby commercials. Obviously, I mean, this is one of the
Please.
very few things.
The
One of the very few
Kamas
things are, I think nobody's gonna argue the older commercials were better. But there are still some good newer ones. And the Battle Royale one, there's one where Kirby and this other guy are playing chess. And the human, like the guy, he makes a
Oh, yeah.
move, and he looks all smug. He's like, "Yeah, I'm about to beat Kirby in chess." And then Kirby just like punches the board and knocks the guy over.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so
Very
good. It's
The
so
battle
good.
royale ones were so good. Like, have you seen the one with the piano?
Oh my yeah!
Oh,
I was thinking
yeah.
of the rock paper scissors one, but the piano one's great too.
Yeah.
The rock paper scissors. That was peak advertisement.
The
Yeah, the rock
Gameland
paper
ones are
scissors
us.
one, like okay, so that one's funny to me because I used to compete in Smash tournaments, and every so often we would do like rock paper scissors side events, and like that's literally how they are.
Amazing.
Like the way that everybody in the back reacts, like that is literally how rock paper scissors tournaments go.
That's insane.
That is awesome.
I will
Competitive.
vote to go to one of those actually.
There's one Kirby commercial that I keep forgetting, but one that is not really funny, but it's very good, is the Nightmare in Dreamland one. It's just good.
That's an earworm. That'll get stuck in your head.
Oh yeah, the one that's basically like anime part 2.
Yes,
He's a man
anime
of
if it was
many,
good.
many faces.
I think the song commercial that stuck for me
Don't.
is the Hypernova
I
one.
knew you were going to say that.
Yes.
I hated that commercial as a kid.
I don't like that one
Hypernova,
either. I don't like that one either.
Sayonara.
Nah, if there is a commercial, a song in a commercial, it's not an original song, but it was so formative, I don't care. You say good morning.
Yes. Canvas
say
curse.
goodnight.
Oh yeah, Canvas Curse.
Yo.
Love
That
that
is
commercial so
peak.
much. It's
Like,
so
there's
weird
literally
to
just
say
a
that a
fucking
commercial was
finger.
formative, but it was super formative.
Oh, like those commercials in that there were insane. Like literally the "we would like to play." Those commercials were insane. Like why? What was going on through the marketing team's heads? But fellas,
I
now
know the
to like
Return
an
to Dreamland
actual.
commercial. They call him D. That's how they say his name, King D.
Wait,
It's so weird. It's like there's 3 different pronunciations in the way you're saying his name. It's so weird.
together they are unstoppable.
No, it was alone. They are powerful. Together, unstoppable. With Waddle Dee, King Diddle Dee, Meta Knight, and Kirby, and Kirby, and
Did they really
Kirby.
reuse that 2 times? Because they did the same for fighters. For fighters too. This
Yeah.
is like.
Yeah,
and
Kirby
and
versus Kirby versus
versus
Oh yeah,
Kirby.
yeah, that's true. But I mean, like I think well, yeah, I think Battle Royale is probably the last commercial that I really liked. After that,
You
it's
didn't
just
like
their
the
gameplay
Forgotten Land
trailers are not
ones?
very fun.
They're funny. Like the one with
Oh,
the
I haven't
costume.
Forgotten
actually,
Land
I actually
cute.
didn't see the Forgotten Land one. So I
No,
can't
the
comment
Forgotten
on
Land ones are like basically like sequel of the Battle Royale ones. Basically the Kirby like costume, just
Those
bumping
ones
into
are not
stuff.
that good though.
I mean,
Well, the Five Nights at Freddy's one is the best one. I don't know if you fellas know what I mean.
the FNAF one.
that. Oh, okay. It's this or the Battle Royale one. I'm not sure which. It's probably this one. Have you seen the Planet Robobot one where like it's in the you can see the Robobot armor in the shadows and it's like the narrator sounds super gritty and the shadow it's like the super high tech machine and everything. It's all gritty and mechanical and like gray and stuff. And then it just like cuts to Kirby and he's like, "Hi."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wasn't that the
I'm so
announcement?
No, it's fun. It was
disappointed.
underrated. That one's really
Commercials
funny.
are so good.
Wasn't
They're
that the
so
announcement trailer?
Yeah,
no,
it
the
was.
commercial.
Oh
I'm pretty sure they showed that in the Nintendo
no,
Direct
yeah,
as well.
that was
Oh, did they?
that was the announcement.
I forgot Planet Robobot was in Nintendo Direct.
But
I
I
know
am
Triple Deluxe was. That was a big deal.
disappointed.
Triple Deluxe was a
In
big
all
deal
of
because
you.
they ended a Direct with Triple Deluxe. That's why I remember.
True.
Ended what?
When Triple Deluxe
Yeah.
was announced, they ended the Direct with Triple Deluxe.
Yeah,
the
Kirby was
announcement.
that
That's
guy.
insane. That's like,
Yeah, it was
what?
big.
Even not even Forgotten Land. Forgotten Land was announced in like the middle of a random direct after E E3.
Yeah,
But
after
I'm
E3.
very, very, very disappointed in all of you because we mentioned all the good Kirby commercials, but we didn't mention my boy Super Dashing Guy. Like, come on!
We were talking about
Super
newer
dashing
commercials, to
guy.
be fair.
Yeah, newer.
If we're gonna talk about the '90s commercials, then we got to talk about Tough Super Guy from Dreamland 1. We got
Yeah,
to talk
that,
about.
that was referring
Okay,
to him.
Dreamland
all right, no,
bar.
I'm gonna see. I think I can remember this. What are friends? Friends are there to pick you up when you're feeling a little down. Friends are there to rearrange someone's face when they're acting like a clown. Friends are a hamster, a fish, and an owl in Kirby's Dreamland 2. And if you ain't fighting on their side, well, man, I pity you.
Can I be your
Man,
friend?
how do you know this from memory?
Yeah. Will you be my friend? Blah.
How-
Play
how
loud.
do
my
you,
God.
like have those engraved in your brain?
Why not?
I mean, why not? That's a good answer.
True.
Exactly.
See, when I mean, things are different now just because we have such more readily available things with like emulation and stuff, but just also I mean, not quite like re-releases, but virtual console. I guess that's what I'm leaning towards. But in like the 2000s, especially when I started using the internet, it wasn't as widespread and like accepted for the normal crowd. It was mostly like, if you were like, a big super nerd, that's how you knew about emulators and stuff. And I wasn't one of those kids. So when I would see commercials for something like Dreamland 2, because I didn't have, well, I had a Game Boy, but not means to purchase new Game Boy games. So when I saw commercials for things like Dreamland 2, it was just like this portal into a dimension that I knew nothing about. And it was so interesting to me. So I would always watch these commercials for games that I would never be able to play. And Dreamland 2 was just really funny. So that was one of the ones that I watched so frequently.
It's like,
No.
you just woke up, watched it, went to sleep, and watched it, and you just like closed your eyes.
My day
and you
has
just
started.
watched
Time
it.
to spend 18 hours listening to the Kirby Dreamland 2 commercial.
Okay, but I actually had like
I
a similar
don't know if any of
story.
you guys know.
Yeah.
Oh, similar story.
Oh yeah, like I got into Kirby in the Wii era, and like I was like, man, when's the next Kirby game coming out? And like I didn't have access to the internet, but I did have like what was called like Club Nintendo magazine, like a Spanish magazine.
Nintendo, yeah.
No, it's
Yeah, I think Nintendo Power was still a thing back then. If that's that as well.
no, it was like a different company because it was in Spanish. And like on the last page, there was like a random render of like Bell Kirby. It was like, what? And that was like the only like I think like the first game I was like hype about. It's like crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's cute.
So after a little bit of cut shenanigans that you will sadly will not get to see of us barking at Fire Emblem characters, which that's so many levels, but that's the beauty of the Founder of Dreams podcast. And you know what else is the beauty of the Founder of Dreams podcast? Subscribing to the channel, and also the comments that we get every day.
Subscribe to the channel.
Please give us more numbers so our certain levels go high.
But yeah, let's read some of your comments as usual, and I will start by reading a comment by the man, the myth, the legend, Pekachow. So, Pekachow says, Kirby Slide, no questions asked. Reminder, the question was, what is your favorite classic Kirby game from our tier list? Which you can check out in the playlist right here, somewhere. So, Kirby Slide, no questions asked. The epic slide puzzle gameplay, the absolutely fire soundtrack, the stunning visuals, the endless replay value make Kirby Slide the best Kirby game to have ever graced us mortals. The Kirby series should have exclusively been a 9-piece slide puzzle games if the game is anything to go by. Oh, and that's 64 games, pretty cool, I guess. Honestly, Kirby Slide, Sonico, or whoever is editing this, put the...
Yeah, I will, don't worry. Main menu.
It is definitely the game of all time.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, don't worry. The only bad part about that the only bad part about that song is like a 10-second loop I have to put. I have to edit.
I'm pretty sure I found like a remix done on YouTube of the Kirby Slide theme.
There's no way.
You know what, fellas? Get this video to 50. Okay, so we can do it. 50 likes.
50
and
million
I will
likes.
personally ask DNH Game Remixes to make a remix of the Kirby Slide theme. Let's do this bet. Do it, and I will ask him.
Amazing.
Go like, hey, yo, TNA.
I got a fire idea, bro. You know that Kirby Slide game?
He has a mission thing in his server. You could definitely just like put it there.
That would go so hard.
But what's the next comments, fellas?
Wait, before we move on, I do want to comment about the idea of Kirby being exclusively a 9-piece slide puzzle game. I agree. Imagine how hype seeing the 10th puzzle piece in Kirby Star Allies.
Yo!
Like,
Or imagine you complete the picture.
Oh, Starlight had a reference to Kirby Slide. I never noticed.
Or banger idea, you have like a puzzle of Galactonite, you complete the puzzle, and it becomes Morphonite, and you have to do the puzzle again.
Okay, but like, okay, but crazy that Kirby Slide is a harder puzzle than anything Starlight had.
Leaving the podcast.
Well,
True.
He's back.
Oh, never mind.
that's like the second time you leave the call. But let's go to the next comment. Klaire, since you were the amazing guest of this episode, why not read your comment? Or well, the comment that was on site to you.
Well, yes. Well, I'll just go right to the, there's a little bit extra to the comment, which is fine, but I'll just go right to the answer to the question. As for the end of the episode question, it's Superstar Ultra, with Dreamland 3 and Adventure being really good contenders for second. I also haven't played the original Superstar yet. However, because I think it's a more interesting answer, I'll say that I think Nightmare in Dreamland looks like doo-doo, and Adventure is so much more charming, although I've only played the 3D Classics version of it, so I can't say how bad the lag really is. I also didn't really notice much of a difference in the feel of the controls of the two games, and thought the code was literally the same with the two games apart from the cannon fuses respawning, and the bosses being really big in Niddle for some reason. And because I can't stop rambling about the series, I found Kirby 64 to be really bad the first time I played it, but the second time I loved it. Both playthroughs were 100% completed.
Hell yeah, base.
Well, that's clearly because you get the puzzle, so you know how to prepare. So you know what abilities to get. So yeah. Like, of course, you have like a list to like see when do I have to like get this ability and that ability for that level. It's not that bad, you know. But on the first time, like, fuck.
64 only becomes good when you exclusively play as the pitch stone transformation.
True.
It's my hot take.
It is really good that way.
Okay, but like on the topic of Nightmare in Dreamland, do you guys? I mean, we talked about Nightmare in Dreamland, but
Yeah,
Claire, how do you feel about Nightmare in Dreamland? I agree.
Yeah, that is so true.
It's so true. So base. Pop off queen.
Her little giggles in the background says everything.
Are you okay?
So true,
That's
bestie.
exactly what she's doing, and I couldn't agree any less.
So true. Well, 3D Classics version doesn't exist anymore, so skill issue. Nah, that's the only remake that exists. Yeah, and I mean, Dreamland is not that bad. You guys are just mean.
Oh, shut up.
But Super Ultra is good, so I mean, we can all agree on that.
Her was
can
onto
agree on
something
that.
when she said about Nightmare in Dreamland. Like, shut up, Sonico.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyways,
I'm gonna be reading the comment by the funny internet green man, Chalkcat 734, 734, 734. don't know how
Just
to-
say the funny man.
I wanted to say like in every variation, but my brain like turned off.
It's not enough.
Their comment is, if you like some apple pie.
Kirby's Avalanche is
true.
pretty
I
good.
could
That-
not disagree anymore, any less.
What do you mean
Anymore.
Avalanche is pretty good? You...
No.
Booyah, it's-
You
No,
guys
Chalkcat did not say
put it
that
on the
Avalanche was pretty
bottom.
good.
I was the
Chalkcat
only defender.
said, I feel like some apple pie, and I can't disagree.
He does like some.
it is a good argument. Avalanche is my least favorite, but you know what? Good argument. I can't argue.
I feel like some apple
Come
pie.
on. Oh, wait, you mean like? You guys mean that he's saying that? Okay, no, I disagree actually.
I mean, the thing is that he's going to kill Wispy and grab his apples to make apple pie.
Oh, that's so
I
sad.
thought we were talking about like the food.
No, apple pie. Oh yeah.
This is the worst bit I've ever
I
done.
do not like.
It is.
Top 10 worst. But
You know what is pretty good? This last comment. It has to be read by, I genuinely forgot.
Sonico,
Who,
me.
Sonico? Was it
Yes,
you?
Sonico BT.
Okay, Sonico VT
On you-
from YouTube.
from YouTube.com.
My favorite anime.
So this comment by Danny Berriro. Sorry if I probably fucked that up, but skill issue. Amazing mirror because I know how to read maps. So true, bestie. Let him know. So true.
bestie.
Exact-
So true, bestie.
So true. You know, Amazing Mirror. Actually, like the only thing, the worst part about Amazing Mirror is the maps. But I will agree that once you actually like understand the game and like exploring how the maps work, if there are like dotted lines, that means that's like a one way. If it's like a solid line, that means it's a two way. And if it's like a big square, that means it's like a treasure chest or boss. So yeah.
So before we go, question of the episode as always will be in the description, which is, what is your favorite Kirby Slide puzzle?
that is not a valid.
That is not a question.
Because
What
there's
is your
only
favorite
one.
imaginary Kirby Slide puzzle?
Right before we end the episode, Claire, do some shoutouts. Tell us how you felt about the episode. Do you like it? Do you rumble? Do you like rumbling with us so much about coordinates, geography?
That was the best part of the episode, honestly.
Listen, I'm telling you, Popstar. Everyone talks about like Kirby lore, but we're talking about Popstar geography.
Yeah, so
I
true.
actually have that in my list of videos to make, so
Oh, geography?
I might hit you up for that.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, I mean, this was literally just off memory, but I mean, if I'm right, by all means.
See,
But,
you get exclusive previews by visiting the
Yeah.
podcast Fountain of
What
Dreams.
you get by subscribing to the Fountain of Dreams
Ah,
podcast.
subscribe, right? Yeah.
A preview for like a video that's gonna be done in 3 years.
Yeah.
No,
At the rate I'm
don't
going at.
don't worry. We are still YouTubers. You know, us three haven't like. Claire just uploaded like half a second ago. But yeah. What?
I'm gonna send.
Oh God! I just see. Oh.
Yeah,
Ow.
Savi just tweeted "ow" on the Fountain of Dreams.
On the Twitter.
On the Fountain of Dreams podcast. That's so funny.
Oh. It's incredible.
A preview of things to
A
come.
preview.
Yeah.
So Claire, how did you like the episode? You have fun?
The episode was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for having me on. And if all you wonderful people watching want to see me in other places, you could see me on my Twitter. I am Klaire_Fluffle on there. You can follow my Twitch channel, Klaire_Fluffle. I do a podcast with my other friends, Random Bystander here and The Watch. You can find us on YouTube at WRK Podcast, as well as our Simplecast, which is wrk.simplecast.com. You can also find me on YouTube at Sonico VT.
So true. Especially Sonico VT.
Especially Sonico VT.
Yes.
Sonico VT.
Shout out to Sonico VT.
Anyways, how do we usually do the outros?
That was
Completely forgot what we
Claire.
talked about today.
Thanks again for joining us on this episode of Fountain of Dreams podcast, and we hope you have some pleasant dreams.
The episode. Bye.
It's
wait.
peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter.
Hey yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah,
Hey, yeah,
Now
wait.
there you go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Peanut butter jelly.
We
peanut butter
will
jelly,
include
peanut butter
this.
jelly with a